facts. Man, you got to watch what you say when you say it. Because this is what I'm saying. Because you don't know who speaks Spanish. Yo soy cubano, ¿me entiendes? Pero yo soy cubano. Y cuando hablo de la gente negra, estoy hablando de mí también. Okay, but I'm just saying, you need to watch what you say. Okay, I'm just letting you know though. When you talk about people, especially black people, man, watch what you're saying. I ain't recording you. I'm recording myself. I'm recording you now. So, you know, that's what I'm saying. They be talking that shit Spanish, thinking people don't understand their ass. Yo soy cubano. Cuando hablan de mierda de negro, cuando hablan de mí también. So when you talk about black folks in Spanish, a bunch of them say what the fuck you saying. No, y'all talking that nigga shit Spanish. Yo soy cubano, yo entiendo. Cuando hablan esa mierda de negro, hablan de mí también. All right.
Oh, y'all Spanish chicas and y'all chicos, y'all gotta stop talking about black people in Spanish like you weren't gonna get clogged. Good morning. What's up? How y'all doing? How you doing? JQ, how are you? I'm doing great. Been up today already, moving around. I just got back from the gym, still in my gym clothes, y'all. Kind of late start this evening, but I said, you know what? I got a few topics I need to talk about and go ahead and get out the way. I came in and set everything up and got right on. Today has been a great day for me. I woke up smiling today. Tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow's Friday. I've had a successful week, so I'm very proud of myself right now. But without any further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into some of these topics of what's going on right now. Jess the Miss. Y'all know she's over there at the Breakfast Club right now. She's been a co-host over there at the Breakfast Club for about a year or so right now. Y'all know Angela Yee was the old host. So if y'all don't know, there's been talks on the internet about people liking Loren more than they like Jess. I've been hearing it for about 6, 7, 8 months now. People have been saying it. Jess ain't never said anything about it. It's just a little word I hear on social media. So apparently Jess has brought it to everyone's attention at the Breakfast Club, and she talked about it yesterday at the Breakfast Club. Now the internet was hot and upset with her. So we're going to hear what she got to say, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to let y'all know, give my comment on everything.
It was weird. Yes, it was weird. Yeah, I at first, no, I did not. I wasn't too fond of Loren. No, I wasn't too fond of her when I came back, because we had a whole plan, even how when I came back, how I pick her to fill in for me, right? I come back, she ain't never leave. Then, all right, cool that she don't leave, but she's on only during my segment. If she was meant to be a fourth host, move her in another way. Why she got to be moved in on? Because nobody had a problem with Jess with the Best until she started reading right. You know what I mean? Till she started reporting. I wasn't hired as a reporter. I was hired as Jess with the Mess. So she started reading and delivering details and all that stuff. Yes. Then that's when Jess with the Mess wasn't good enough no more. That's how it was presented. So I'm like, all right, cool. I feel
who said that though? Because the internet said that?
What are we talking about? No. This is our listeners. This is Why can't we worry about the comments? And these are people that enjoy the show and watch the show. It's not all about Instagram. It's YouTube. It's like, we have people that have been watching the show. Yeah, she's great at what she do. That's why I picked her to fill in for me. But when I came back, it's like, what's going on? If she's going to be a fourth voice, why she only got to be a fourth voice?
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Segment.
She wasn't a fourth voice. She was a producer. She was hired as a news producer to help with getting all news and doing interviews.
She was going to be the senior news producer.
She wasn't on there. When you came back, Loren was not on there. She was in the back doing questions, sending interview questions, reporting the news. Am I lying?
I thought
she was on air. She was on air.
Let me ask you a question.
What?
Why didn't you wear the do-rag this morning?
Because
Why you joke so much, man?
What you mean? I'm
It's not a
just.
joke.
it's not a do-rag, it's a
It's not a
silk
joke.
scarf, nigga. But it's not. It's not a joke. I'm
If you
serious.
gonna bring it to the radio, I
It's,
wanna laugh.
it's not a joke, but
Okay.
Nah, but
it's not a joke.
It's a serious issue about
It
it.
is a serious issue.
Okay, let me just
Now-
sit back and watch then, because I'm not Joe Clark.
Because it's not.
I am actually. Give me my baseball bat.
No, it's now, Envy, that's what I'm saying. No, nobody has even tried to clean up the narrative that I'm a villain. Man,
You're not a villain.
This
Who said
girl
you a
is-
villain?
What, yo, stop acting like you don't live in them comments too, Charlotte.
What do
Stop
I-
acting like you don't
but
understand.
What do I always tell you? I say, stop listening to the internet. Stop listening to the comments. Stop listening to the folks on YouTube. Don't let them trick you out your position. What you did last night is what they want you to do, and you can't let the internet win.
No, but look, it's not even about what they want me to do. I did last night what I wanted to do, what I felt like I should have been did. I've been asking questions.
The internet loves mess.
Ben-
And one of the easiest ways to create mess is to pit people against each other, especially two women. And I don't dwell in that. And y'all know that.
Yeah, but see, this is the thing. You let the internet dictate what's going on. We've had conversations, and this is the thing. This is why I thought it was corny, and it's just me personally. I thought it was corny because we have conversations up here. We just have a meeting. If you had an issue, a problem, a situation, or something that you felt, why you ain't bring it to the team? When you came back, Jess, I pulled you to the side. I said, Jess, if you feel uncomfortable, if you don't want Loren in the room, this is your show. We can make that change whenever you want. Did I not say that to you?
Yeah, you did. It's
did.
not about wanting her in a room, yo. It's about the segment. Like it was like y'all,
Have that
all right, y'all
conversation
wanted
off
her.
air. If you had a problem, say it
I've
to us.
had
We had a
many
meeting
conversations
yesterday.
off air. What is
Not
we
like
talking
that.
about?
Not like nobody having my back, because we have your back. As far as the Corey Holcomb thing, y'all been beefing for 11
I'm
years.
not worried about it's not even about
You worried about comments. And you worried about what people say after.
I'm worried
niggas
about
in
the perception
comments, man.
and my reputation to be on the
They've
show.
been itching on me for 15 years. They've been itching on
Right,
Charlotte for
rightfully so.
15
But
years.
that's on you.
Rightfully
And the
so.
things that
I
people
don't
itch
care.
on me
It
for
doesn't-
is on
I
me.
don't let it affect me because I know who I am as a person. I don't give a F what them people say in the comments.
Oh, come
I know
on.
who I am.
Come on.
I know what I do. If you let them people get in the comments and F with you, you are great at what you do.
Everybody simmer down.
Like you are dope.
She's very
If you let
dope.
them people piss you off, no, F them niggas.
I-
Like you nice. Like what you do is funny.
I tell her
Like,
that all the time,
You brought,
on air,
you
off
brought
air.
that energy that we needed to the Breakfast Club,
Yeah.
and you let a bitch ass person in the comments say something to steer you up. I tell them, F them niggas.
We don't even know,
F all
who these people are.
They could be bots and all that,
But-
and we doing it on air when we could have did it behind the scenes. Like I F with you the long way, not on some internet ish. And they hear that through there. This
This
whack,
sounds
man.
very light skinned. But let's go to the phone.
That was a lot to take in at one time. So I'm gonna try to break it down in a short version. I don't really fuck with Jess the Miss, y'all. I don't really be feeling shorty. I don't really be feeling her like that, you know. She alright, you know. She has a lot of masculine energy, but other than that, you know, I don't really fuck with Jess. So I'm gonna put that to the side for a second to try to dissect this. For me, y'all, it wasn't uncomfortable watching, but at the same time, it was slightly uncomfortable for me to watch. And here's why. Just to me, I'm with Jess on this. And hear me out. This narrative has been going on for a while, that people like Loren more than Jess, right? So Jess is saying that she's been felt some type of way, just like the people who follow their shows, their viewers, feel some type of way as well. And she just wanted answers. She brought Loren in while she was on maternity leave. She chose Loren, right? And she came back to her Just with the Mess segment. And during her Just with the Mess segment, they bring Loren on during her segment, and Loren has not left since. So people have been commenting and saying things about this. Not only that, they're saying they like Jess more than they like Loren more than they like Jess. So Jess finally broke her silence, because people are adding her and people keep saying this over and over and over. Not only that, she is also wondering too, like, now people are attacking me over and over and over and over. And I'm beginning to wondering why Loren is still here too. Nobody's told me nothing. I have my own segment. This supposed to be my segment, and I'm wondering why Loren is being added on my segment. Then they're saying like, oh, well, we had meetings, and you had time to approach this in the meetings. Jess is saying, no, during the meetings, when she's not approaching Envy and approaching Charlamagne with these issues because they are not producers of the show. She's talking to production and asking them certain questions, and she's not getting any answers. And it caused her anger to kind of be misplaced with Loren slightly at first because she's still wondering why Loren is there. And not only that, everybody else sees this, but nobody's saying anything. And the uncomfortable part for me watching it was when Envy was like, yeah, but you talked to us and you could have said something. We have meetings all the time. And I'm like, this is the gaslight part that I don't really like. I see it, and that's the little uncomfortable part because as a lot of black women have learned not to say something because when they do, they consider bitter, they consider angry, they consider mad when they genuinely feel and see certain things. And then here comes a male, 9 times out of 10, a male who disregards the feelings and goes straight to, well, you could have said that. And she's like, but I did say that. I've been saying this out loud. No one's saying anything. Now, for those of y'all who hasn't watched, y'all need to go watch the whole thing because Loren also agreed with Jess. Loren also said that, she was wondering what was going on, but didn't say anything as well because she's trying to figure out where they're going. They're trying to figure out where they're going. And I heard some of what Charlamagne going like, this thing is growing, so we don't really know, who's who. We like Loren and we like you. And she's like, I don't have a problem with Loren. What I'm trying to figure out is, are y'all going to bring Loren on my segment or y'all giving Loren her own segment? Like, what's going on? Because now people are attacking me. Like, I don't need to be here. And I need to move out of the way and let Loren be here. So that's kind of the gist that I got. Jess, I agree with you. I see we all have been seeing it. You just finally said something about it. And I hate that they didn't have your back. Like during that moment, Charlamagne or Envy could have easily said, production, is y'all trying to bring Loren in on Jess's segment? Or is y'all going to go ahead and give Loren her own segment? Or they could have said, Jess, we're going to have a thorough meeting after this where we thoroughly discuss what is going on so that you and Loren is aware of what's going on. Something to where to me, Charlamagne and Envy have been there longer than Loren and Jess with the mess. So they're looking at them like, what's going on? And they looking back like, we thought everything was fine. We thought that y'all was trying to figure it out, and we was allowing y'all to work how y'all working. When she said, no, y'all see the problem going on, but y'all ain't saying nothing, and they saying they don't see no problem, when it's clearly a problem. And these men could have came to the defense of this woman. She didn't really need them defending her. She could defend herself. But what I mean by the defense of this woman is when she said there's an issue, they could have acknowledged that social media has created this narrative that's not true. And they could have also stated whose role is what. I'm not going to say they didn't either. Because Charlamagne slightly said that. He was like, Jess with the mess is our co-host. And Loren is senior producer, and she brings the news or something like that. So he tried to kind of like smooth out whose role is what and say what is what. But I slightly do agree with DJ Envy. Slightly. Like Charlamagne said, he was being light-skinned. He was being real beige. And Slit was trying to call Jess childish and unprofessional for getting online ranting about this, number one. And two, now they have to talk about it at work. It was embarrassing. And so he slightly didn't like it. And I slightly agree with him, just a little bit, just a little tad bit, Jess. Because I'm a stickler for a professional work environment. And especially when it comes to our black people, y'all already know we got to work 10 times hard. We got to work 10 times as hard to make sure that we are not looked at as, oh, they only got away with it because they're black, or they only get away with doing this because they're black. Like we get away with having corporate conversations on air because we're black and we're just keeping it real. It just, I slightly agree with Envy. We could have had this conversation off air. Just slightly. But Envy, there is a discussion that y'all need to have, and I'm glad that y'all all expressed that y'all like Jess and you wanted Jess and Loren there. But I think there needs to be a serious conversation had where both of the women are comfortable, because now Jess is starting to disrespect Loren, and Loren is saying something. It's all trickling over. And Jess, there's another thing I don't agree with. Just because you have a disagreement with an employee's position and production or management or whatever has not discussed it with you properly, you don't have the right to go around slick trying to bully somebody in the workplace. That, to me, in my workplace, that alone, for you to even think that it was okay to tell Loren to shut up, you would have been fired on air, effing with me. Just because you thought it was okay to talk to another employee, an adult, and tell them to shut up on my air, you would have been up out of there. But she says Charlamagne influenced her to do that. Charlamagne would have been on suspension for even influencing her to do that, but she would have been fired if she was at my radio station. You don't get the right to even think that you can walk around here and talk to people outside of your neck. No, you cannot. But we're going to be moving right along. Shout out to Jess with the mess, too. To me, you handled yourself very, very well. A shout out to Loren, too. Loren, I love how you handled that situation. And you kind of pushed the boys to the side so that you and Jess could have a woman-to-woman talk. And I think that kind of resonated with Jess and calmed her a lot. She saw that you weren't coming with no smoke. You were coming like a woman, and you were very direct. I'm glad. I hope they both resolve this out, because I don't really like Jess, but I do like Loren. They can keep Loren, if you ask me. Jess could go back to doing whatever she's doing, for real. I know there's a lot of viewers and listeners that like her, but y'all need to tell the truth. Y'all been out here on the internet talking about that she can get the F on. Y'all like Loren better. I like Loren better. No shade, just saying. But we're going to be moving right along.
Community is involved, and they want to see how it's going to play out. Because the community is saying, wait a minute, hold up. We don't know this sister to be no bullshit. We know she a loudmouth. We know she'll say some shit off the wall. But what we know about it is she true to her word.
And all I would ask you is two questions. The first question is, did you not just say it was wrong?
Tyler.
Did you not just say it was wrong, Tyler? To say she was difficult for not doing something that she was not contractually obligated to do? Did you not say that you would feel that that was wrong? Or am I missing something?
I absolutely. Yeah.
So
I'm saying it now. I will let all of this cool off when I get back out on the press tour to promote my next thing. I know it's going to come up. That is when I will talk about it. But no, not this too hot. Y'all need to go.
I'm going to try to sum up what we just heard.
Community is involved.
But this is what headlines say. Monique calls out Tyler Perry, posts audio and writes an open letter to him after he expressed frustration for the mistreatment of Angie Stone at her funeral. She says, she quotes, "Where's my apology that you promised in 2016? I'm going to read some of what Monique wrote, just a little bit. She did, "Dear Tyler Perry, I recently watched your heartfelt speech at Angie Stone's funeral where you expressed frustration over her mistreatment by the music industry. It struck me and my husband, Sydney, as pungent, but also made us reflect on some unsettling discrepancies in your actions towards me. One, you expressed anger over Angie's mistreatment, yet you labeled me difficult to work with, despite never having worked with me. How can you condemn poor treatment of others when you impose the same on me? We have audio of you admitting you were wrong. You asked, where's the money she was owed? Well, where's my public apology that you promised in 2016? The false narrative you perpetuated helped blackball me, costing me tens of millions. Were the restitution for that? You mentioned being tired of us not receiving the benefits we deserve, yet you asked me to promote Precious for free without a contract or compensation, which highlights your double standard. You said you should be careful of how you treat children of God. As a man of faith, where is your responsibility to act with love and truth? You promised me an apology years ago, but it's yet to come. Unlike the music industry, which you rightfully criticize, we have audio documentation of your actions. Shouldn't you be held accountable? In closing, I hope your words of Angie Stone funeral inspire you to correct the wrongs done by my family and me. You have the power to do so. So you've shared biblical teachings. Please remember, what will it profit a man to gain the whole world but to lose his soul? We await your response. With love and respect, Monique and Sydney. I didn't intend to read all that. I really, really did. But I had to, just so I can get a gist of what's going on. And I'm going to be brief with this. After reading that, I read on Twitter, someone was like, well, she has the ability to cut her family off and cut her children off and cut all kinds of people off. But she don't have the ability to cut Tyler Perry off after Tyler Perry has done her wrong. She needs to go away and cut and learn how to cut people off and cut them off completely. Sometimes an apology isn't worth the infliction of the wound, or something he said like that. And I'm going to respond to that. So this is how I see it, y'all. Monique is holding him accountable. She hasn't asked for any money. What she asked for, from what I read, was an apology. And if you believe in your apology, because if you're apologizing, that means you're apologizing because you sincerely feel like you've done something wrong. And if you sincerely feel like you've done something wrong, Monique don't want you to just apologize. Monique wants you to apologize and acknowledge what you're apologizing for. Okay? Which means y'all are in agreement on the apology. You apologize. She acknowledges. Monique wants you to not only apologize, but acknowledge what you're apologizing for. So if you sincerely apologize and acknowledge that you have wronged Monique, and by you wronging her, saying what you said, it caused her to miss out on some money, then by all means, she's not asking you for none, but the right thing to do I think Monique, I'm not speaking for Monique, but from someone who's viewing this situation, this is what my opinion is on this. It looks like, to me, that Monique may want the apology more than anything, but also with the apology, some restitution for her missing out on working with people and making money because of what you said. And that's how you make something right. Even if you don't pay, I think the apology, and then you give Monique proper work. See, Monique is still willing to work for her money. She ain't asking nobody to give her anything from what I'm watching. She ain't asking nobody to give her nothing. So she may be willing to work with you again, where you could give her better work and pay her what she should be compensated the correct way. They can go forward as black brothers and sisters the correct way in business. But right now, she's not going for it. Like, she wants an authentic apology and acknowledgement. Like Lee Daniels, he publicly apologized to Monique. He publicly apologized for whatever he's done to wrong her. He don't know how she feels, but he knows that he's wronged her, and he's sorry. And she took that public apology, and he continued to work with Monique. He put Monique in a movie. This is how you work together. I think she's already shown an example. She's just holding a lot of black people accountable because it shows how black people can be the downfall to others. That's all. And then I think this is a teachable moment that a lot of us don't see or prefer to acknowledge. But it's a very teachable moment. But moving right along. Fan question of the day. What celebrity do you think got the best looking BBL or did anything surgically to make themselves look better? I can't think of nobody off the top of my head. I'm going to name two. So the first person I'm going to name is Tiana Taylor. Now, I heard through the grapevine she had her body done, her booty done. Now, I don't know how true it is, but I did read that now. It's the lady out there that does a lot of celebrity reviews, and she points, as she's a plastic surgeon, and she points out where she think they may have had surgery injections in certain parts of their body based on before and after pictures over time. Which I ain't taking anything from her. But to me, the best BBL or surgically enhanced look to me is Tiana Taylor. Hands down. She got abs, butt, thighs, everything is height, weight proportionate. I mean, she gets 10s across the board. Also, I think Nene getting that slight nose job. For black people, I think Nene did a good job for black people because she didn't get no real thin nose. She kept her nose big like this. It's still big. It's still healthy. It's sculpted a little more, but it fits her face. It's a black nose. It's not the tight Peter Pan nose or a snub nose. It's just, it's it's not no rosy nose, no cherry pick. It's a nose. So those are the two I'm gonna name for best BBLs or best body enhancements. Just saying.
This is no shade to anybody, and we're having a real conversation. At the end of the day, if you told Wayne today, I'm divorcing, God forbid, and let's do this, he will say yes. That's the gag.
Anyway,
Right.
Carlos. Toya, she's married now. In a marriage. Why would you be asking her anything pertaining to her ex? I haven't watched this interview, y'all, but I came across this the night before, and I was like, God, what? Hey, shout out to you, Toya. Shout out to you for being classy and continue to be a lady and not answer him. A lot of y'all women get your foot stuck by falling into traps like this. Knowing damn well, especially black men, we do not like that. Like, what made you even acknowledge that? I mean, it's a true statement. If we did get you ain't even have to acknowledge that. As a woman who respects her husband, I loved her answer. Like, even though she answered, but she didn't answer. That's why I love her answer. Very classy, very woman-like, very demure. Good job, Toya. Moving right along.
Can pray, may not want to travel or can't. It doesn't mean I stop my life. So,
Question: What, like, would you ever do a story about polygamy? But being the woman who has
who dabbles in it?
Yeah.
Oh, you dabble with?
Yeah.
How is that?
Amazing.
Ooh.
Amazing. Let me say this since we're bringing it up. My space in it, honestly, is because since I've been exposed to different cultures and different religious and spirit practices around the world, my thing is I haven't found a lot of men in America who are really appealing to me spiritually, physically, emotionally, mentally. So my thing is I've got the athlete that I hang out with, I've got the spirit that I pray with. I've got the person that's adventurous that I travel with. So it's more lifestyle than it is the sexual connection for me. It's more like I'm not in a relationship, so I have more than one man I spend time with.
So whatever you don't get over here, you can get here.
Yeah. Now my soul is actually monogamous.
Okay.
But because I can't find that, I don't stop.
Did you decide to dibble dabble in polygamy after that breakup you mentioned that took you to Africa?
It was before that.
Before that. Okay.
Years ago. It was before that.
Wow. Okay.
It was way before that. And so me having a relationship after that was me trying monogamy again. And a large part of me was bored. Intellectually I was bored. Again, I want to travel the world. I wasn't finding a lot of African American men who are building their lives to do that. I even say now, when I meet men, I say, I carry 5 currencies on any given day. How many currencies do you have?
Ooh, okay.
Dang. God dang.
And that's not a flex.
That's just.
But it's intimidating.
Oh, well,
for sure.
See, here we go with that.
I'm trying to get my money up in one place. Amex can go anywhere.
So, again, this is just my life, right? It's not like I'm trying to say I don't want an American man. I'm just saying my international life, my global options take me into different cultures.
And it would be cool if that man had the same just on the other side. If he had a woman for this, a woman for that, a woman for that, and you for traveling.
As long as he's okay with me doing the same thing, we're going to have fun.
See, that's a story.
Yeah, I was going to say I would love to hear about
that's a story. Because I feel like there's so much things that we're not going to be taught because especially what's going on in this country as far as, the book banning and all types of stuff. But I feel like those type of things we need to see. How are we going to get exposed to other cultures?
That's what I'm saying. It's so interesting because, when I started talking about it, the men got offended and all of a sudden I was the queen of running trains.
The queen.
Choo-choo, whatever, right? And then the women were empowered. Because a lot of women were saying, I wanted to explore that, but I've been afraid to, or I can't believe you're talking about it publicly. And I would say, even in the background of it, it's not just a sexual experience, right? That's what us as Americans think.
That's the first thing I thought of.
It's not just a sexual experience. It's like I can be not even sexually active, but I'm still getting full from my spiritual partnership, my adventure partnership in my travel, my fitness partnership. The guy I pray with may not want to hike. You see what I'm saying? And the guy that wants to hike and pray may not want to travel or can't. It doesn't mean I stop my life. So
Y'all heard that. That's AJ Johnson, the actress. We know her from Baby Boy as Jody's mama. Okay. Shout out to her for this, for being honest and open about this. A lot of women needed to hear this. I like that she has had relations outside of America. That's one of the things I want to do, y'all. I feel like I've dated different types of people here in America, and especially in the South of America. And I feel like I've met people. Atlanta airport is so big, so I've met people who've flown here and visited, and not a long time, and some people who've flown here and they live here, and they come from a whole nother different country, a whole nother different island, somewhere else. And just by meeting these amazing people, it's caused me to be like, I would love to visit your country. I want to see what else is out there. And just by hearing her say stuff like she's experienced different people all over the world. She got 5 different currencies. As a man, I've never thought about it. Like, 5 different currencies? Like 5 different bank accounts and 5 different currencies and 5 different savings, and who, girl, you on your stuff. That's what I'm talking about. And you have the freedom to be with who you want when you want. Different kinds, different flavors, different textures, different styles, different environments and atmospheres, different cultures, different places. I find that fascinating as well. Like, wow, you just free with it. And I'm with Charlamagne, and she could write a book on this, and I'll read it. So shout out to her. Last question of the day. Speaking of relationships and polyamorous and, fluidity. Question. 30 plus, what's your take on starting off as friends with benefits? I'm 33. And so it said, what's your take on starting off as friends with benefits? Be honest with you, we already see that happening. A lot of people are running around here starting off as friends with benefits. We know. A lot of these women out here are pregnant by men. They don't even know their first and last name. All they know is their Instagram. I watched a story on that. A doctor was really out here screaming for help. She's like, there's women that's coming to me that don't know the person that they sleeping with. That person is just they met them on Instagram, man. They've been messing around from Instagram. They don't even know these people's first and last name. His name Look Lock 5788 on Instagram or something. That's something I made up off the top of my head, y'all. But yeah. So we already see plenty of people out here starting out as friends with benefits. Now my take on it is I'm 50-50 with it. I'm 50-50 with it because, let me tell you why. It could work, but then it couldn't work. And it couldn't work or it could work. It could work because when you friends with benefits, you are not trying to impress this person. You just trying to have sex with this person. So the whole acting role is kind of put up. The whole the way you would court or change yourself to attract somebody, you don't have to put on that persona to get them because we're just having sex. So we can be in our sex, we can be sexually fluid and, so it's kind of like you don't really get to know somebody, but I kind of know the side that you would hide from me if I was in a relationship with you. So it's kind of like I've already got you in a vulnerable state. And that's from both ends, men and women. They're both in a vulnerable state. Y'all both stripped down naked. So it could give you a chance, if you're smart about it, it would give you a chance you jumped over everything and just came right here at the sex. Boom, right? Well, now we're having sex and I'm not with you. We just smashing. We just friends with benefits. I can get to learn you. Unapologetically, because I'm not your girlfriend. I'm not your boyfriend. I'm not this. I'm not that. I'm just cutting with you. So there's no need for you to lie to me. There's no need for you to... So you could really get to know somebody. You could see if they're a liar, if they're a cheater, if they steal, if they trustworthy, if they honest, if they loyal. You could see you could, just by having a few conversations and being non-judgmental while y'all being friends with benefits. That's the best way to get the truth out of people when they know that you're not judging them. So get the truth out of them, but don't expect anything from getting the truth. Like, don't expect like, oh, he being honest with me, I want to be in a relationship. No. Just accept whatever truth you get. Just accept it. Because I'm here for the friends with benefits. Like I said, it could work out. And it also couldn't work out. But my thing is, at least I go in, and everything is stripped down. And then I could kind of learn on my own without playing the games of jumping through all these hurdles, and then we get to sex, and then we like, dang, we done put in so much time and then don't want to let it go. And because I done went through this, and this to get here. So like I said, either way it go, it could work out, it couldn't work out. You know what I mean? All right, y'all, we have come to the end of the show. All right, y'all, we have come to the end of the show. Everything that you heard here today are allegations brought to you through the media for observation, deep conversation, laughs, giggles, and opinions. If you haven't already, follow me on all social media platforms. IG is at the.jq.show. TikTok is at TheJQShow, and Facebook is at Jaquavius Martin. Thank you for tuning in today, and I will see you all on tomorrow. Later.